Thank you so much for speaking with me today, Heike. I really appreciate it. Could you maybe give me a quick introduction about your relationship with work in fintech before we start?
Sure. I was an entrepreneur in the fintech area already back in China and Hong Kong. So I was doing my master's at London Business School, and then I just saw this like ads promoted on our school website. So I thought about getting better known about the fintech industry and ecosystem in UK. That's why I signed up, and the experience was perfect.
Wow, that's great to hear. That sounds really positive. How did you hear about work in fintech? Did your university tell you about it?
Yes, yes, it was promoted by our career center. So they mentioned it was a hackathon. So they were saying people who ever interested in the fintech industry in UK is a great opportunity. So I saw it, I signed up. Yeah, that's how I got to know it.
Wow, fantastic. And has it given you some opportunities since?
Oh yes, yes, of course. It was a great opportunity to first of all know people in the ecosystem, met like a lot of great founders, and also like including Matthews and also Chris. Those people are leading this industry in the UK, and also group gave me a lot of insights, and as also an opportunity to know what are the ongoing projects right now, what's hot, what's not that hot, of course. So yeah, it's a great way for me to get back to the ecosystem.
Wow, sounds great. I'm glad to hear it was such a good experience. Great. So, one of my first questions for you is about how work in fintech has changed your career trajectory. Did it open any doors that you hadn't expected before?
Yes, totally. I think the first thing is it made me rethink what I should do after my graduation of my business
Mm.
schools. So I've always wanted to do fintech, but actually doing work in fintech, the hackathon on the event gives me this chance to get a better understanding of what's going on in the industry and to decide like which specific trajectory that I want to go into. And also I got like a lot of tips of those current entrepreneurs in this industry as well. Yeah,
Wow, that's fantastic. It seems like you gained a lot from that event, so it's brilliant.
I would really
If
recommend people to do it.
that's one of my questions. Fantastic. What would you say to people if you were to recommend it?
I think I would say no matter if you have a clear idea of if you want to join fintech or not, it's
Mm.
still an opportunity to explore, to learn, and also to meet people. I actually dragged one of my schoolmates who came with me, but
That's
we've been
great.
separated into different groups. Yeah, but we
Okay.
both won. Like I was the like the first place, and he was like the third place in terms of like the hackathon winning.
Wow, amazing. That's fantastic. Winning first place is very impressive. You had to put a lot of work into that, work on your presentation skills. So it's very, very good to hear that you were able to get the first prize. Well done.
Thank you, thank you. I'll give the credit mostly to my teammates. I would say they are because I was an entrepreneur, so doing the pitching and all the pitch deck was not like a difficult thing for me. But like I was quite busy back then, so I think they were quite young. They were like freshman and sophomore students, so
Mm, I
they put,
see.
like a lot of efforts into those things and actually make the presentation well presented.
Wow, that's fantastic. And in front of a panel, I mean, that might be the first time that students are interacting with people in the industry. So it's very brave, I think. Yeah, very impressive. Congratulations. Mhm.
Thank you, thank you.
If you had to sum up work in fintech in one sentence or a couple of sentences, what would you say?
I would say it's a bridge. It's a bridge between your previous job or your previous academic to what's going on in fintech. It's a start. I would say a connection.
That's fantastic. I think that's exactly what we're aiming for, creating a bridge either between school, college, university, and work, or from one industry to another. That's the exact purpose of work in fintech. So it's great to know that you think so too. Before work in fintech, did you have an idea of what fintech was? Do you think that idea is a lot clearer after the event?
Yes, yes, of course. As I mentioned, I was doing my own startup in the fintech industry.
Mm.
But I would say what's new about what I was not sure was what's going on in the fintech industry in the UK, because we all know UK was basically the like a very early beginning of what the fintech ecosystem came from, and also a lot of great companies like Revolut, Starling came from this like environment, the London environment. So that was quite neat to me. I took this chance to trying to shift from my focus from Asia to the UK to the EU to actually know what's going on in this market.
Right.
Um, yeah, very insightful.
That's great. I think a lot of the students that we often get are people who maybe don't know what the industry really has to offer. So to have that broad range really from students who know nothing about fintech to people like you who already have quite a good grasp of the industry, and there's still something to gain from the event even for someone like you. It's really great to hear that.
It's a huge industry for sure. I wouldn't say I understand like every single term in this industry. Like I only know like the very thin part of like what I used to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a great chance like to know more people, and it's a huge industry. So to know more verticals and to know which vertical is going on well and which vertical that I'm personally interested in. So I think it's a great opportunity for students as well. Because there's like, I mean, it's finance technology. So like
Mm.
finance already having some of the terms that's difficult to understand and comes to
Yeah.
technology, which especially with, AIs and, crypto Web3 terms into it. So it takes time for students to learn. And also, but I think working in fintech, as I mentioned, is a great bridge. It's a great foundation for students to get started to learn about it.
Before working fintech, did you really consider a long-term career in technology? Did you want to continue your startup, or did the event really change your ideas about what you wanted to do?
Yes, to some extent, it did change my mind. I was, as I mentioned, I was working as an entrepreneur. I didn't choose to work in fintech because, like, I just want to become an entrepreneur. I just haven't got the opportunity to start a company. Um, yeah, but like this really make like after joining working fintech, it gives me a clear idea, a clear path of seeing the potential of fintech in long term. So this made me determined to. So right now I'm applying to jobs either in like VCs that's focusing on fintech or fintech startups. I'm also trying to cooperate with some of my like academic, like my professors, to working on some academic projects
Wow,
focusing
brilliant.
on crowdfunding. So I think these are something that without working fintech event, I wouldn't be so determined to pursue this. Yeah.
That's great to hear. That's really, really great. I mean, you have an idea and you're pursuing it to the best of your ability through work in fintech. That's excellent feedback. And my final question for you is what you think makes work in fintech different to other events. If you have attended other events, is there something that makes work in fintech stand out?
I would say it's the like the personal charisma of Matthews and like the entire working fintech team really has
Oh,
like a great eye on. So I think
fantastic.
it makes this event more inclusive. There are
Mm,
similar career event out there. I mean, there are a career event in our schools as well, but like those were not as inclusive as working fintech. And also, I think I really feel like the people, the mentors or the guest speakers in the event is really willing to share their a life experience and really love to give advice to young individuals. This is relatively rare, I would say. It might because they were entrepreneurs and they're in like such a booming industry as well.
mm.
So this is not common in traditional finance industry. So follow up on that, I actually got invited to I mean Matthew's company iPushable. I'm visiting Rhyme a week after, and I also got a chance to visit Chris' company, so Kepler. So these are also great events. Usually it takes like tons of time to apply and then to get in actually
Of course.
interviews for these kind of opportunities. So yeah.
Wow, amazing. Just building on the experience you're mentioning there, were these companies you had heard of before, or did you get experience at places you maybe had never considered before? Did it really did work in fintech allow you to do something that you wouldn't have even known if it wasn't for the event?
Well, I have to be honest. Like, I didn't know any of those companies before, so it's like very new to me. And also, gave me a chance to meet a lot of people that I might not get a chance to meet.
Mm,
I think there's like a special profile of people. I would say Matthew's friends, like Matthew's like mentor list. I think a lot of them having like decades of years in traditional finance industry as either trader,
yeah.
hack, or
Mm,
investment bank, and then they chose to leave their like well-paid finance job and then to start like a fintech startup, trying to change the future like of finance industry. So I think that's
mm.
something that I really admire, and I really appreciate the chance using work in fintech as a bridge to meet all of them.
That's brilliant. That's exactly what we want to hear, that these companies maybe you didn't know before, and you're getting to experience things that you wouldn't have been able to without the event. That's the purpose of work in fintech, really, to connect people to opportunities they maybe didn't know. So it's really, really great to hear that it was such a positive experience. That's all the questions I have for you, Heqi. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.